broker cannot tell you what to buy. Because they can tell you in good faith, and then the market misbehaves. Because the markets are not just fundamental. But I want you to take on this. I'm just trying to make a point on why listed companies are so cheap. Let me use Kenya Pipeline. It's not yet listed. Iweke hapa. Do you know, anyone with an idea it's valued at how much? At the IPO valuation? The whole company. Even if si munaweza go hata nyinyi saa ingine mnaniangusha kiasi. How much? 160 what? Just Google. There's a point I want us to make. Nataka to make collectively. Madam Director, please come help me. There's a point I want to demonstrate. Unajua nimekuwa nikijiongeleza hapa. Nataka, there's something I want to push in. Kama conversation. You see the conversation mutakuwa nayo jioni. I want us now to stop now the lecture. We come to a conversation. Please come help me. My brother, come kuja na hiyo karatasi. Tafadhali nisaidie. Karamu na hiyo karatasi, tusaidiane watatu hapa. Hii mambo hakuna haja ya kuongea ati I'm looking down hapa nikiwa juu. Rather, let's converse so that the point can get home. And my point is, kuja, nataka evidence, nataka kukuwe na witness. Haya, andika Kenya KPC. Hata nyi andikeni. I want you to refer, this is my last point anyway. Ya mwisho simuandike tu tafadhali hata kama. You know nowadays tunasemanga iko YouTube, I'll go to rewatch. But there's a point I want us to make so that we can use it. Do you know what I want us guys? There are low-lying fruits in the NSC. Let's exhaust them as a country so that we start thinking. You know why? Me, I can't think. You tell me, oh, start a new company. Why do I need to start a new company when I'm getting cheap companies in the NSC? Why? So, companies grow when you exhaust low-lying fruits. China grew by first exhausting labor. Labor was so abundant. So, because it was almost free to employ people, labor-intensive industries, low-lying fruits, unamalizana. After you finish, you go to skill-based. They went to skill-based. Wakamalizana. Because of barriers of entry also. Capital-intensive because they now were having some money. So you broke other people based on the might of capital you have. Then you grow. Then you plow back the same process from this capital to become technology-intensive. So if the economy grows by picking low-lying fruits, even us here in Kenya will grow by first of all picking low-lying fruits. Tumalizane nazo. The low-lying fruit in Kenya now is the NSC. For you guys seated here. Not passive. Become huge participants. Huge. Why are we having World Bank investing money in our private companies when we are oversubscribing our T-bills? How? KPC. Na nataka tuulizane maswali. So you can use Google also. 163. Make a column. Make a column. Moja uiweke valuation. The first column, call it valuation. The second column, call it profit. And the last column, call it PE ratio. It's the simplest way of measuring an investment. It must not be a jargon in this. It can be a jargon elsewhere, but not here. PE ratio, price over earning ratio. And the other way to measure PE ratio is net profit, capitalization divided by net profit. That's the other way of measuring PE ratio. Haya, Madam Director, kuja ukue kama witness. Na hii tunafanya wote. So that you go make your own judgment. Because I don't want to talk about whether to buy or not. Because I'm a politician, but on the other side, I'm an investor. So And as a politician, I have a different view from the one I have as an investor. So that's why I can't tell you. I am going to give you the analysis. Higher. Mumeweka column 1, 163. 163.6. That is the valuation. So, shares, you don't look at the share price. That's something I always see when I tell somebody, oh, buy DTB. Share inatoka 115. Nitanunua hii, ingine inatoka 3 shillings. But you have not even looked at how many shares are listed. You know, capitalization is the price times the number of shares listed. So don't just look at the price. When you're evaluating a company, look at it like you are buying the whole of it. Because a share is a proportion of that company. Higher. The reason I'll be using these 4 companies, I'll use 4, is because when Kenya Pipeline is listed, it will be under a segment called energy segment in the NSC. NSC iko na segments: automobiles, agriculture, banking, insurance, kuna energy. So kwa hiyo energy itakuwa hii ikikuwa listed. The second one will be umeme ya Uganda. The other one will be Kenya Power. The other one will be Kenyan, and the other one will be Total. So I'll not use umeme, I'll use the Kenyan ones. Higher. KPC tumeandika 163.6. What is their last profit? We will not take the last. We will take the highest. The last is not the highest. The highest they have ever made, according to the books I've seen, is 12 billion bottom line. That's the highest profit they have ever made. Last year was lesser. Yes, 12 is the highest they have ever made. What I have seen in the books. But of course, those people who've been in the market know the dynamics. They are not likely to. I am waiting to see half-year results. I am certain they will release half-year results of around 10 because there is an IPO. Just write somewhere, because some of these things I'm saying is the predictions we do in the market when even you do them. I'm sure they will release the first half quarter was around 5, the second half quarter was around 5. So, but I don't want us to use there. I want us to use 12. But I'm just telling you, when there is an IPO, part of that IPO comes with lazima upake kampuni rangi kiasi. So they are likely to announce half-year profit of 10. And they are actually also likely to be oversubscribed. Because the share, it started the IPO on 17th. If they stopped on 17th evening, it was already oversubscribed. Not by Kenyans. The allocation done on the paper. I'm telling you the facts. Just look at the results after the announcement. Most all companies will have been made to buy the shares. Not that they will have bought, they will have been made. Just look at, you know, when you live in Kenya, you don't struggle to see trades. I can tell you from Kenya, the second investor will be a Ugandan, but that Ugandan will be Kenyan. Si result iko in a month's time, utaniambia. You can be assured the biggest applicants in terms of quantum will be all marketers. Some who you have never known, they are actually all marketers. But the number 2 from Kenya will be Ugandan. And at the line, it will be a Kenyan Ugandan. And it will be a company.